Coming up, I have two special guests that will talk about their lives before they were actual Marvel heroes. Coming up next. Thanks, and this is Gina Brewer, and I have two special guests with me today, Steve Rogers and Bruce Boehner. How are y'all today?
Doing very well, thank you.
I'm well, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, Steve. Tell me a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I was a very short lad, and I was bullied for that because of that, matter of fact. I wanted to go into the military because that's in my country, like, I wanted to serve it, and there was this really sketchy doctor dude that, like, totally came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to be a part of the military? I'm like, heck yeah, I do. So he just took me to this lair, and they, like, did some experiment on me, and now I can just defeat everything that's in my path.
Okay, Bruce, tell me a little bit about, were you ever bullied whenever you were a child?
I don't really like to talk about my childhood, but I will, seeing as you asked so politely.
Mm-hmm.
My father was abusive. Thank you, Steve. My father was abusive.
I'm so sorry.
He killed my mother in a fit of rage. I miss her dearly. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's okay.
We're here for you.
I grew up loving science. And in my jobs, I was bullied. I'm small. I'm nice, I suppose. I just...
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
What about you, Steve? Were you ever bullied as a child for being so small?
It's very true. That's all I can say about it.
Now, do y'all still feel like you're bullied right today?
I'll let you go, Bruce.
Well, most of the time, I get overlooked. I mean,
You are green.
I'm not green. I'm peach. I'm a person.
I know, but I was just pointing it out.
Steve, I'm more than my alter ego. I mean, I'm a doctor of physics, and I am the world's top expert in gamma radiation. I am worth more than how people see me. And it hurts. It really hurts that all people can see is him. It really hurts.
Okay, what about you, Steve?
Well, you would think with us saving the world, specifically in New York City when the alien invasion came and that crazy god Loki just thrust himself into New York City saying, hey, I'm going to take over the world. Like, no.
He tried to mind control me. It was not.
I know,
nice.
but remember what you did to him, Bruce?
I don't.
Do you remember?
I don't actually remember much from that
You
day.
thrashed him back and forth. If there was an audience watching you, they would be cheering you on, and they would be laughing in his face.
So, Bruce, you would say that Loki was actually one of your biggest bullies?
Like I said before, I would put my father at the top of that list. Loki is pretty far down. I mean, comparatively, there's General Ross, who continues to try to capture me and study me, and the other part of me, him. There are several people above that weird, tiny, odd-looking alien man. He's not much of a threat to me, really.
Okay. So now, y'all have said that you've worked together. Are y'all doing any more projects together?
If the world needs us.
I would say probably about next summer, I anticipate somebody's going to try to destroy the world.
Of course, there's always that maniac out there.
And I've heard rumors it's going to be Ultron.
But really,
But I don't I don't really know.
So whenever you're not saving the world, what are you doing in your free time?
I do a lot of gamma research. I do a lot of pining after my old girlfriend. A lot of just moping around, really.
Oh, for me.
Yes, Steve, for you.
Thank you. If I had to say, I'm just constantly confused because I woke up in this different age. I mean, I'm from the 1940s, and man, these kids that have their pants to the ground, like, I just don't get it. And the gold in their teeth, what are those called? Like, I've heard grills, but you can't grill things on those things. Like, it blows my mind, but
It blows my mind too, Steve. It
I
blows
know.
my mind
That's
too.
so mine.
I don't get it, man. I just don't. And if anything, just confused and just try to figure out what I can do with this life that I have now. It's destiny.
So if y'all were not superheroes, what type of occupation would you want?
I would like to go back to physics. I mean, like I said before, I am the world's leading expert on gamma radiation. I don't want to build any more bombs for the government, but I mean, I would like to go back to research. I would.
Yeah. If I had to say, I would just want all of the Avengers to get together and just hang out.
Yeah.
Do y'all not spend enough time together now, or?
We have our own separate lives. Usually when the world is about to end, that's when we come together, but at the same time, that's where things get done. And that's when we hang out, man.
I mean, last Christmas we did try to get together, but Tony, he had that whole the extremist thing, and it was weird. I mean, we didn't really want to get involved.
Yeah, very true. There's this crazy flaming guy that was following him around, and yeah, usually I want to step away from that. You need to just step away and
sometimes
just
we
take a
have to
breather.
let each other handle things
on their own. Yeah.
So now tell me what it was like to work with Tony Stark.
We don't see eye to eye. Let's just say that.
I mean, he's an engineer. I'm a theoretical physicist.
I'm confused. I'm in the wrong era.
But I mean, I was grocery shopping a few days ago, and I actually saw one of the checkout tabloids, and on the front page it was talking about how you and Tony were getting together, and it was really, I mean, obviously I know that you guys are not together.
No.
I mean, it was talking about all this sexual tension, and it's really
weird. I'm sorry. No, I do not know. Just no.
Steve, has there ever been or ever will be anything between you and Tony?
No, never, because we hate each other. It's terrible. I can't be around him. That's how bad it is. That is a very sad rumor that someone had a lot of time on their hands and they didn't have anything else to do.
It's very sad.
I know. I wish we could be friends, but we cannot. It's just weird. That person's just weird.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Tune in next week whenever we have Loki and Thor on here. Join us next time.
Let me at him.